6/10/2023 నేషనల్ మెడికల్ కమిషన్ ఇచ్చినటువంటి పబ్లిక్ నోటీస్. It is notified to the all the stakeholders, especially to the aspiring the candidates, that undergraduate medical education board and autonomous body under the National Medical Commission has finalized the NEET 2024 syllabus. సో 2024 సిలబస్ అనేది ఫైనలైజ్ అయ్యిందని చెప్పేసి నిన్న ఒక ప్రెస్ నోట్ రిలీజ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది, పబ్లిక్ నోటీస్ ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. దాని ప్రకారం ఫిజిక్స్ సిలబస్ ఎలా ఉందో చూద్దాం. ఓకే, చూడండి, ఇక్కడ ఫిజిక్స్ సంబంధించినటువంటి సిలబస్ చూడండి. యూనిట్ 1లో ఫిజిక్స్ అండ్ మెజర్మెంట్స్, దాంట్లో మనకి యూనిట్స్ అండ్ మెజర్మెంట్ లేదా యూనిట్ 1 ఫిజిక్స్ అండ్ మెజర్మెంట్ ఉంది. యూనిట్స్ ఆఫ్ మెజర్మెంట్స్, సిస్టమ్ ఆఫ్ యూనిట్స్, ఎస్ఐ యూనిట్స్, ఫండమెంటల్ యూనిట్స్ అండ్ డెరైవ్డ్ యూనిట్స్, లీస్ట్ కౌంట్, సిగ్నిఫికెంట్ ఫిగర్స్, errors in measurements, dimensions of physical quantities, dimensional analysis and its applications. సో మనకు కొంత సిలబస్ రెడ్యూస్ చేయింది. ఆ రెడ్యూస్ అయిన సిలబస్ నేను సపరేట్ వీడియో అప్లోడ్ చేస్తాను, దాంట్లో చూడండి. నెక్స్ట్ మనకి సెకండ్ యూనిట్ కైనమాటిక్స్, ద ఫ్రేమ్ ఆఫ్ రిఫరెన్స్, మోషన్ ఏ స్ట్రైట్ లైన్, పొజిషన్ టైమ్ గ్రాఫ్, స్పీడ్ అండ్ వెలాసిటీ, యూనిఫామ్ అండ్ నాన్ యూనిఫామ్ మోషన్, యావరేజ్ స్పీడ్ అండ్ ఇన్స్టాంటేనియస్ వెలాసిటీ, uniformly accelerated motion, velocity time, position time graph, relations for uniformly accelerated motion, scalars and vectors, vector, addition and subtraction, scalar and vector products, unit vector, resolution of a vector, relative velocity, motion in a plane, projectile motion, uniform circular motion. In the same way, unit 3 laws of motion, force and inertia, Newton's first law of motion, momentum, Newton's second law of motion, impulses, Newton's third law of motion, law of conservation of linear momentum and its applications, equilibrium of congruent forces, static and kinetic friction, laws of friction, rolling friction, dynamics of uniform circular motion, centripetal force and its applications, vehicle on a level circular road, vehicle on a banked road. And unit 4, work, energy and power, work done by constant force and variable force, kinetic and potential energies, work, energy, theorem, power, the potential energy of spring, conservation of mechanical energy, conservative and non-conservative forces, motion in a vertical circle, elastic and inertial collisions in 1 and 2 dimensions. Unit 5, rotational motion, the center of mass of two parallel systems, center of mass of a rigid body, basic concepts of rotational motion, moment of a force, torque and angular momentum, conservation of angular momentum, its applications, the moment of inertia, the radius of gyration, values of moment of inertia for simple geometrical objects, parallel and perpendicular axis theorems and their applications, equilibrium of rigid bodies, rigid body rotation and equations of rotational motion, comparison of linear and rotational motion. And sixth unit, gravitation, the universal law of gravitation, acceleration due to gravity and its variation and altitude and depth, Kepler's law of planetary motion, gravitational potential energy, gravitational potential, escape velocity, motion of a satellite, orbital velocity, time period and energy of satellite. Unit 7, properties of solids and liquids, elastic behavior, stress strain relationship, Hooke's law, Young's modulus, bulk modulus, modulus of rigidity, pressure due to a fluid column, Pascal's law and its applications, effect of gravity on fluid pressure, viscosity, Stokes law, terminal velocity, streamline and turbulent flow, critical velocity, Bernoulli's principle and its applications, surface energy and surface tension, angle of contact, excess pressure across a curved surface, application of surface tension, drops, bubbles and capillary rise, heat, temperature, thermal expansion, specific heat capacity, calorimetry, change of state, latent heat, heat transfer, conduction, convection and radiation. 8th unit, thermodynamics, thermal equilibrium, 0th law of thermodynamics, the concept of temperature, heat, work and internal energy. The first law of thermodynamics, isothermal and adiabatic process. The second law of thermodynamics, reversible and irreversible process. And unit 9, kinetic theory of gases. Equation state of perfect gas, work done on compressing a gas, kinetic theory of gases, assumptions, the concept of pressure, kinetic interpretation of temperature, RMS speed of a molecules, degrees of freedom, law of equipartition of energy and applications to specific heat capacities of gases, mean prepath, Avogadro's number. And unit 10, oscillations and waves. Oscillations and period motion, time period, frequency, displacement as a function of time, periodic functions, simple harmonic motion and its equation, phase, oscillation of a spring, restoring force and force constant, energy in a simple harmonic motion, kinetic and potential energies, simple pendulum, derivation of expression for its time period. Wave motion, longitudinal and transverse waves, speed of traveling wave, displacement relation of a progressive wave, principle of superposition of waves, reflection of waves, standing waves in strings and organ pipes, fundamental mode and harmonic beats. And unit 11, electrostatics, electric charges, conservation of charge, Coulomb's law, forces between 2-point charges, forces between multiple charges, superposition principle and continuous charge distribution, electric field due to a point charge, electric field lines, electric dipole, electric field due to a dipole, torque on a dipole in a uniform electric field. Electric flux, Gauss's law, in its applications to find field due to the infinitely to a long uniformly charged straight wire and uniformly charged inverted plane sheet, uniformly charged in a spherical shell, electric potential and its calculation for a point charge, electric dipole and system of charges, potential difference, equipotential surface, electrical potential energy of system of 2-point charges and of electric dipole in electrostatic field. Conductors and insulators, dielectrics and electric polarization, capacitors and capacitances, the combination of capacitors in series and parallel, capacitance of parallel plate capacitor with and without dielectric medium between the plates, energy stored in a capacitor. And unit 12, current electricity, 12th chapter, unit 12, current electricity, duct velocity, mobility and their relation with electric current, Ohm's law, electrical resistance, VI characteristics of ohmic and non-ohmic conductors, electrical energy and power, electrical resistivity and conductivity, series and parallel combination of resistors, temperature dependence of resistance, internal resistance, potential difference and EMF of a cell, combination of cells in series and parallel, Kirchhoff laws and their appliances, Mr. Bridge and meter bridge. Unit 13, magnetic effects of current and magnetism, Biot-Savart's law, its application to current carrying circular globe, Ampere's law and its applications to infinitely long current carrying straight wire and solenoid, force on moving charge in uniform magnetic field and electric fields, force on current carrying conductor in a uniform magnetic field, the force between two parallel current carrying conductors, definition of ampere, torque experienced by the current loop in a uniform magnetic field, moving coil galvanometer, its sensitivity and conversion into the ammeter and voltmeter. Current loop has a magnetic dipole and its magnetic dipole moment, bar magnet has an equivalent solenoid, magnetic field lines, magnetic field due to magnetic dipole along its axis and perpendicular to its axis, torque acting on a magnetic dipole in uniform magnetic field, para, dia and ferromagnetic substances with examples, effect of temperature on magnetic properties. Unit 14, electromagnetic induction and alternating currents, electromagnetic induction, Faraday's law, induced EMF and current, Lenz law, eddy currents, self-inductance, mutual inductance, alternating currents, peaks and RMS value of alternating current, voltage, reactance and impedance, LCR series circuit, resonance, power in AC circuits, wattage current, AC generator and transformer. Unit 15, electromagnetic waves, displacement current, electromagnetic waves and their characteristics, transistor nature of electromagnetic waves, electromagnetic spectrum, radio waves, microwaves, infrared rays, visible ultraviolet, X-rays, gamma rays and application of EM waves. Unit 16, optics, reflection of light, spherical mirrors, mirror formula, refraction of light at plane and spherical surfaces, thin lens formula and lens maker formula, total internal reflection and its applications. Magnification, power of a lens, combination of thin lenses in contact, diffraction of light through a prism, microscope and astronomical telescope and their magnifying powers. Wave optics, wavefront and Huygens principle, laws of reflection and refraction using Huygens principle, interference, XRR double slit experiment and expression for fringe width, coherent sources and sustained interference of light, diffraction to a single slit, width of a central maximum, polarization, plane polarized light, Bravais law, use of plane polarized light and polarized. Dual nature of matter and radiation. Dual nature of radiation, photoelectric effect, Head's and Lenard's observations, Einstein's photoelectric equation, particle nature of light, matter waves, wave nature of particle, de Broglie relation. Unit 18, atoms and nuclei. Alpha particle scattering experiment, Rutherford's model of atom, Bohr model, energy levels, hydrogen spectrum, composition and size of the nucleus, atomic sizes, mass energy relation, mass defect, binding energy for nucleon and its variation with mass number, nuclear fission and fusion. Unit 19, electronic devices. Semiconductors, semiconductor diode, IV characteristics in forward and reverse bias, diode as rectifier, IV characteristics of LED and the photodiode, solar cell and Zener diode as a voltage regulator, logic gates, OR and NOR, NAND and NOR. Unit 20, experimental skills. Familiarity with the basic approach and observations of the experiments and activities. 1. Vernier calipers, it's used to measure the internal and external diameter and depth of a vessel. Screw gauge, it's used to determine the thickness and diameter of the thin sheet wire. Simple pendulum, dissipation of energy by plotting the graph between the square of the amplitude and time. Meter scale, the mass of the given object by the principle of moments. Young's modulus of elasticity of the material of the metallic wire. Surface tension of water by capillary rays and effect of detergents. 7th one, coefficients of viscosity of a given viscous liquid by measuring the terminal velocity of given spherical body. 8th one, speed of sound in air at room temperature using the resonance tube. 9th one, specific heat capacity of a given solid and liquid by method of mixtures. And 10th one, the resistivity of the material of the given wire using the meter gauge. And 11th one, the resistance of the given wire using the Ohm's law. 12th one, the resistance of the figure of merit of galvanometer by off deflection method. The focal length of convex mirror and convex lens and parallax method. And 14, plot the angle of deviation versus the angle of incidence of a triangular prism. And 15th one, glass slab, index of the glass slab using the traveling microscope. And 16th one, characteristic curves of PN junction diode in forward and reverse bias. 17th one, characteristic curves of Zener diode and finding the reverse breakdown voltage. 19th one, identification of diode, LED, resistor, a capacitor from a mixed collection of such items. So children, this is the syllabus of the physics for NEET 2024. Prepare well, all the best. In our channel also we are uploading the videos. Subscribe the channel and follow the channel regularly. Thank you for watching.